baby bump. That was at last night's MTV Video Music Awards. Maybe you caught it yourself. Joining me now, entertainment and pop culture expert John Murray and Dorothy Castro-Sherry, senior editor for In Touch Weekly. And Dorothy, I gotta say, you get to say, I told you so, because I know that In Touch was all over this last week, but for a lot of people, this was a big surprise.
Yes, this was a big surprise for a lot of people, but not for the people who picked up last week's issue of In Touch Weekly, because we broke the story that a friend of Beyonce's told In Touch that she was in fact in her first trimester. She had said that she wanted a baby by the age of 30, and her 30th birthday is right around the corner on September 4th, so the timing works out perfectly for her.
John, what'd you think of the way she announced it?
Oh, it was great. Look, she took control of the issue. She made it so that the paparazzi and nobody could really exploit this thing and make money off of it. By her announcing it the way that she wanted to, she can control each element of this, and folks cannot exploit the fact that she's now going to have a baby.
Well, you can tell she and Jay-Z, her husband, of course, are over the moon. We wish them the very best. All right, gotta ask you about Lady Gaga, or Lady, I don't know if we can use the word Lady Gaga, because her male alter ego was performing last night. Let's talk about that, John.
Well, you know, I'm bored with all of this with Gaga. I mean, the alter ego looked like Elvis Presley to me.
Yes.
I mean, all these gimmicks, all these costumes. I mean, and what is she going to do next? Come to the Grammys with a casket and open it up, and Elvis is actually going to be in there? I want her to sing. Let's get back to the music. Let's get back to the talent. Leave all the gimmicks and the Gaga stuff at home.
Dorothy, you agree?
No, actually, I don't agree at all. I think she can sing, and I think that that's the fantastic thing about her. Not only is she an incredible performer, but she also surprises us with all of these crazy costumes and crazy alter egos. If she was doing all of these, you know, Halloween-type costumes and things like that, and then she wasn't really putting on a good show, then I would say, all right, enough already. But she's doing both. So I think it's great. I think, you know, keep it coming. I like to see these surprises.
Was it just me, or did it look like at one point she might have slipped off the piano or something like that, which I thought was ironic because, you know, when she wears those 10-inch heels, she seems to have no problem at all, but she put her in a pair of slacks, and it looked like maybe she had a little bit of an issue. Right there, did you see that?
Oops. She could have went into a little bit of Alicia Keys' I've Fallen, and I got back up.
Well, it was definitely something to see. And speaking of a sight to see, let's go from Lady to Katy. You know, at first I thought she was trying to express her inner Packers fan. I thought like you talk about, she did very well, right? Won several awards last night, including the big one. But look at that. Dorothy, I mean, is that something you're going to be sporting next season?
I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be rocking one of those yellow cube hats, but the thing that's so interesting about this hat is that it was designed by Philip Tracy, who is the same person that designed Kate Middleton's headpiece for her wedding. And so I find it fascinating that somebody like Katy Perry can put a yellow block on her head, and it's actually a designer's creation behind it. And probably, I don't know the exact cost of the hat, but I'm guessing it probably is not that cheap, and it's something that I could have went to an arts and crafts store and put together myself.
In fact, I was trying to put one together using a plastic box before we came out here. John, you want to see the ladies?
I would guess.
Let me tell you, Katy can hold on to that hat and go straight to the Kentucky Derby next year. She's already dressed for the occasion.
Well, you know what? I felt like because Lady Gaga wasn't all dressed up, somebody had to do the outrageous headwear. So Katy Perry stepped up to the plate. You know, there were some real touching moments last night as well, John, in particular talking about Amy Winehouse and the tribute to her. Bruno Mars, also Tony Bennett had something to say. And I think it was nice that they took time to remember her.
Absolutely. I mean, how cool was it to see 85-year-old Tony Bennett at the MTV VMA Awards? I mean, that was pretty cool. And Bruno Mars gave a stellar tribute. He is a consummate vocalist. He can just sing very much like Amy was. And it was definitely the perfect person to salute Amy Winehouse.
Do you think they did enough?
I think they did do enough. I mean, anything more would have been overkill. It was just enough. It was effective. Seeing that video of her and Tony Bennett from the DVD that's going to accompany his new CD, I think they really captured the essence of who she was.
Yeah. Dorothy, what'd you think? I thought it was nice.
I thought it was beautiful. They kept it so classy, and I have to agree, the fact that Tony Bennett got on stage and, you know, talked about her, and the fact that we saw that footage of them together was really a great moment for the entire audience. You know, Amy Winehouse was an incredible singer, and aside from all the horrible stories we've read about her in the news and her drug addiction, she's a real talent, and, you know, it's a real loss to the music community.
Definitely will be sorely missed. Okay, we only have about 30 seconds left, but we've got to talk about, because we've been talking about the ladies, talk about Chris Brown, let's say, reaching new heights in his performance last night, John.
Well, you know, that's how I got to the studio here today. I flew just like he did. I mean, Chris Brown is really trying to go after the Michael Jackson King of Pop performance throne. The dancing, the performance, the light, the staging, it was all spectacular.
Yeah, look at that. Really, you weren't expecting it, and then all of a sudden he just goes flying up into the air.
And one moment there, they took the camera off of him, and I got nervous. I was like, where did he go? Where did he go?
That's right, he's stuck up there. Yeah, okay, so we better let John go, because he's got to, you know, fly up to the ceiling and take off for his next game. John Murray, thank you so much. Dorothy Kesha-Sherry, appreciate it.